guys, I got great news for you today. I am going to share with you how I bought a house with $100,000 in equity. Yes, $100,000 in equity. Here we go, you guys ready? I was driving for dollars one afternoon and I decided to stop at a house that I knew the lady was in foreclosure. She was in pre-foreclosure. So I said, let me knock on her door and see what she's up to. So she happened to be friendly, and her son answered the door when I knocked on the door. And then he said to me, can I tell my mom what this is about? And I said, no, I need to talk to her in person. So when you knock on doors, ideally you want to talk to the right person and talk to them in person, private, right? So that's a big lesson I learned when I started, because a lot of family of the person in pre-foreclosure, they got mad at them, and later I got a phone call from the owner of the property saying that it was a very private situation and they didn't appreciate me talking to everyone about their problems. So when I knocked on the door, she said, yeah, I kind of already took care of it and I'm okay. And I said, can I ask, what are you gonna do? Your house was scheduled to go and sell at the courthouse within a week when I met her. So I said, let's say I met her on a Tuesday or so, and I think the house was going to go and sell at the courthouse the following Tuesday. So I said, look, I can work with you to do this. I've done this many times, or I can tell you what to do if you promise to call me if you decide to sell the house. Now, her house was worth about, I want to say close to $300,000. I want to say maybe $270 to $280, and she owed about 60 or 70 grand, plus probably, I want to say almost $20,000 in back payments. So overall, she had a lot of equity in the house. So when I said to her, you promise to call me back or let me know how it goes, because if you're not successful going to stop the sale yourself, then I like to go for you, and if I need to, I have attorneys that would go with me to stop the sale. So she says she was desperate, she had no option. Her husband was sick and at the hospital for a while, so she had no other choice than do it herself. And she was a nice lady, so she took note to what I told her to do, and she went out and did it, and I didn't hear from her. So 2 days later, I came back to the house. Thursday, I came back, and she was very grateful. She said, oh, they gave me, I think she said they gave me 30 or 60 days. So it doesn't mean the sale stopped totally. That means the sale got postponed for some, 30 or 60 days or 90 days, depending on how she talks to the judge. So what happened after that was that what happened is I said, great, I'm glad. And good luck. She was so nice, she was gonna give me a testimonial on the spot. And I said, you know what? Just call me, or maybe I'll come by, in a few weeks or 30 days. And sure enough, I didn't hear from her. And sure enough, she calls me on a Friday night, about a week ago. And then I went to meet her on a Saturday. And, we talked about what was happening, and she decided to just sell the house and start fresh somewhere else. So we got the contract with $100,000 in equity. And she was really happy because that's what she wanted. I think someone or a few other people gave her some offers below that number that she wanted or less. So she was happy with whatever she wanted. I just went with what she wanted. So we're supposed to close in another few weeks, and that's going to be I think we might rehab that house because it's got 2 bathrooms. I don't know if it's a 2-2 or a 3-2, but it's a good rehab house in a great area. Right, so that's the story. That's how we bought a house with $100,000 in equity.